Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
All right. So I was saying to the girls who joined the immersion, today we will continue an immersion we did a couple of weeks ago called Who Are You? So it's random questions to talk a little bit about ourselves, all right? So, Christian, okay. So let's start with our introductions, all right? So let's start with you, Aparecida. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aparecida Semirami. I live in Rio Verde, southeast of Goiás, but I want move. I want to move this year, but maybe not was possible. But I want to move from countryside. I want to stay more near the nature, take care of the plants and the animals. And I'm married. I have one daughter. I have 7 cats. Now 7. I want a dog, but I believe only when I move it to a place with more space. Like I am talking with you, Carlos. Dogs need more space to run, to not be stressed, and they are more happy when they have more space. I love stay here in TNT and talk with you. I'm not here every day, but I'm doing what I can 3 times a week. And for me, it's a good experience to share and learn not only English, but learn about a lot of topics and know new persons and new personalities. For me, it's so amazing. It is.
All right, thank you, Aparecida. Let's go with you, Andrea. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, good morning, guys. My name is Andrea. I live in Guarujá, the coast of São Paulo. But I've been living here since I was 7 years old, so it's a long time, 40 years, because I am 47. I work as an administrative assistant in a Japanese restaurant. Uh, I've been attending on Talk and Talk since October 2021, and as a host since February 2023, I think. So it's a time that I've been here in this community, and I like so much because it's an important thing to improve my speaking skills and others' abilities as well. That's it.
All right, thank you. Let's go with you, Lurian. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Morning, everyone. I'm Luria. I live in Belo Horizonte. I'm 34 years old. I don't have any kids. I have 2 pets. I work as a business analyst. I work from home, so it's nice to have some kind of flexibility to organize my life, to have time to study, to practice some kind of activities, and that's it. I'm here. There are 8 months. So that's it about me. Thank you.
All right. And now, can you introduce yourself, Christian, please?
Sure. Hello, guys. My name is Christian Jimenez. I am from Bolivia. However, I currently live here in Brazil. I work in IT area as a tech lead for a Brazilian institution. I'm 37 years old. I moved here to Brazil 3 years ago because of my job with my wife. So I am married. However, we don't have any children yet. I've been here in Talk and Talk for almost 2 years, I would say. I started in 2022. On the other hand, I became English host the last year, and as well, I am trying to learn French here on the platform as well. In free time, I believe that I would say that I love watching TV with my wife, trying new food here in Brazil, in Paraná, in Curitiba. Yeah, I believe that's it.
All right, that's awesome. Start. Oh my gosh. Oh, I almost die right now. Sorry, I was saying, did you mention trying new foods here in Brazil, especially Curitiba? I'm from Paraná as well, and actually I live sorry, close to Curitiba. Did you listen or did you experience for anyone here, of course, a food called carne de onça? Anyone?
I already
No.
tried it. It's like red meat. I don't know how to say cru in English, but it's like that.
Fresh meat. I don't know.
Fresh
Raw,
meat. I don't know.
maybe.
It's really, really good. When you say you are eating fresh meat, can be a little bit strange, of course, but it's wonderful. And if you travel to Curitiba anytime, it will be nice if you experience this I don't know, plated it's not
I
correctly.
I tried. I went to Curitiba 3 years ago, and I remember I tried, but I don't remember the name of the restaurant. I was searching here, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah, it's people say carne de onça. It's not because we hunt onças, but it's because there is a lot of onions, and after you eat this food, você fica com smell in your mouth, you know? Stinks. Anyway, but it's amazing. Me and my wife we love this food. Anyway, so sorry about the off topic, but I was saying we will continue an immersion we did a couple of days ago called Who Are You? Okay. So I sent the questions on the chat, and let's start with the question number one. Oh, I forgot to mention. Um, did you realize, guys? I know we are uh, doing immersions frequently with you, Lulian, Christian, Andrea, and Aparecida. So after some time, we start to know each other, and it's interesting when you realize sometimes this part of the immersion, the introduction, can go and uh, automatic pilot, you know, because I don't know if you thinking about this before, but after some time, you will not have problem to talk about you or yourself in English. And I was thinking a little bit about this when you are doing the introduction. Anyway, so let's start with our questions. Question number one. Can you read and start answering to us, Andrea, please?
Yes, have you ever had a nickname? What is the story behind it? Yes, guys, I had a nickname by people used to call me by drop of water because when I was a teenager, I had a black hair, a curly one. And once I worked in a store in the shopping mall. It was my first job, by the way. And once I got a rain because it, it was raining this day, and then the drop of water, it was so difficult to penetrate in my hair, because of the redondinho, this kind of things. And then the other guy in the other store said, "Oh, your hair is there are a lot of drop of water and cannot penetrate in your hair. Why?" And I don't know, maybe because my hair is like that, it's difficult. And then he put me this nickname, drop of water. So I needed to survive with it for a long time in this shopping mall because everybody knows me by drop of water. It's strange,
That
right, guys?
that's interesting. And did you saw this nickname has something funny? Did you enjoy or not?
Yes, in that time it was funny because nowadays we have a lot of, oh, it's a, how can I say? I forgot the name. A bullying, this kind of things. But in
Yeah,
my time, we didn't have this problem, you know. Everybody has had a nickname, different kinds, and we survived from it. So nowadays
yeah.
is more, I don't know. Yeah,
Today there is some concerns, I think, relating uh, to those questions. But if it was fun too, that's the most important in my opinion.
yeah.
Uh, all right, and let's go with you, Lurian. Question number one.
Yes, I had a lot of nicknames related to my name, because my name is not so usual. So people call me like Luri, Lurinha, something like that. But one is really different that I have a history. Is because I was really skinny when I was a child. I was really, really. You could, we could see my bones. And my it's not good. Like if you relate to this nickname now, it's bad. And my family they call me Northeast Drought. I will translate in Portuguese because makes sense. Like seca do Nordeste. Yes, it was really, really, really like that. And imagine like people are hungry, right? And they don't have sometimes food, and they it's really hot there. So anyway, because I
Sorry,
was really skinny, so
sorry for laughing. I don't want to be disrespectful, but
no, don't worry.
family is something amazing.
Yes. And even today, like but today they said, you are not too sick anymore. No, but that's it. I was really skinny. Like sometimes people had time to carry me because hurts, because my burns push. But that's it.
All
Is
right.
this is the really one I have like different like that. The other ones they try to relate the nickname with my name, just to have some affection, Luri, Lurinha like that.
All right. Those nicknames regarding related to um like a short name or a version of our name, they are special sometimes, but I was not expecting something like the nickname your family gave to you. So, did this bother you when someone called this uh Lydia?
Uh, it was like when I was a kid, I couldn't understand the meaning so well. But I remember after like 10, 12 years, I start to understand better, and I didn't like because it's about my body. Someone
Yeah.
say something about my body. And of course, I have problems with that, and when I was teenager and after, so it's really hard. But family.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that. It
Yeah,
was not
family.
amazing, but in the same time, I don't think I take some trauma because of that.
Yeah, family sometimes can be hard, and this why I try to teach my daughters. I have two daughters, and I always say to them how beautiful they are and how amazing they are. And that's interesting because my old daughter has straight hair, cabelo liso. I don't know, and the young daughter has cachinhos. I don't know how to say this in English. And the old daughter always asks to my wife to do cachinhos in her because she didn't like the cabelo liso. And the young daughter always asks to my wife to alisar her hair. You know, it's strange because one what one girl wants the another girl hair, and it's that not make sense to me. But anyway, I always say to my young daughter, she has 4 years old, and she always complain about her hair because it's curly, I think. And she complain, oh, I don't like my hair is awful and those things. And I always say to her, "Oh, your hair is beautiful." So I try to create a positive way of thinking in my daughters. But it's strange because we always have something related to our body we didn't like. Anyway, let's go with you, Christian. Did you have a nickname or short name or something like this? Christian?
Yeah, just a minute, please. I was making a payment here. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I think that as everybody here, we had different nicknames in our lives, but there was one that followed me until today's, until now. When I was a kid, I believe that from my when I was 9 to 14, I was a fatty guy. I was really fat when I was a kid. I didn't have any problem with that. I was happy with that. However, there was a time that I really loved to play football with my friends. So we decided to get enrolled in a like football trainers trainments. Yeah, I believe that's it. And the trainer was like a person that we knew. It was like my father's friend, something like that. As I was fat, as I already said, there was a time that I was like running with the ball, something something similar. And the guy who was the trainer told me, "Oh, you look like a torta." But just to give you a little context, torta in Spanish is for you bolo, bolo in Portuguese.
All
So
right.
bolo de aniversario for us in Bolivia is like torta de cumpleaños. It's because, normally bolos of aniversario, they are rounded, and he told me that because I was fat. I didn't get that like something offensive at that time. I was just laughing, but that became my nickname until now. As a matter of fact, there were some times that when I was studying and when I working and new people, like I met new people and they didn't know my actual name. They just knew my nickname because as I had a lot of experience playing for the volleyball team or doing different things in my university. I was like a no person like everybody knew me because of I was playing for the volleyball team, but everybody just knew my nickname, not my current name, that is Christian. And yeah, in fact, it started changing just when I started working. I believe that person when I became a software engineer or when I became professional, I believe that the people started thinking, no, we don't we cannot call him anymore Torta because he's already professional or he's already married or something like that. So they started calling me Chris. That for me it was kind of really weird. I have never been called like Chris, but it's okay. I don't have any problems. Yeah, and that's it. People used to call me Torta in the past.
All right. That's a really different nickname. And yeah, thank you for sharing, Tarta. Anyway, and did you not get offended by people calling you Tarta?
Uh, I believe that you realize when somebody is trying to be offensive to you. With my good friends, everybody called me like that, so I didn't have any problems. But for new people who just get to me and tell me, "Ah, tort," and start laughing, obviously it was not something good. But in general, it was not like that. But obviously, I had to like to put my boundaries for those who I didn't know so well, or people who just were trying to be offensive.
All right, that makes sense. Thank you, Christian. And what about you, Aparecida? Did you have a nickname?
Yes, yes, I have. My family gives me a nickname. It's Meirinha, Meirinha. Not sensitive for me, but I asked for my mother why of this nickname, and she explained about him. She explained it was because a cousin who took care of me when I was a baby, and this cousin it was called the Miriam. Then she started called me Meirinha. And in my family, only my family, my mother, my sister, my cousins, and they use this nickname. Only my family. The other person who arrives in my home, listen, they call me Meirinha. They don't know who is this person. Because it's only in my family, and the persons who know me between my family. And my cousins call me Mimi when they was children. They can't pronunciate the other name Meirinha. Then they call me Mimi. Then for my cousins, my nickname is Mimi. They call me until now. They are adults now, and they call me Mimi. It's strange, but I don't care. For me, it's funny sometimes. I so talk to mother. I don't have problem with this. It's completely different of my name and my work. They call me Cida, Cidinha, or Aparecida, but not using another kind of nicknames. It's only in my family.
All right, thank you for sharing, Aparecida. And for me, I didn't have any nickname, thanks God, when I was younger, and even right now. Actually, I never like it, nicknames, because at this school, people give nicknames trying to offend other people, and I never like this. I always prefer to call people by their names. But my young brother, when he was learning how to speak, he couldn't pronounce my name, and sometimes he called me Cal instead of Carlos. He called me Cal, Cal, Cal. Anyway, because he couldn't pronounce my name, but when he uh, learn how to speak correctly, I lost this nickname, and it was just, I don't know, 1 2 years of my life I had a nickname, and it was good to me because I never like this. And even for some friends who have a nickname, I have one friend who is Robson, but everyone call him Shiru. I don't know what it means, Shiru, or anyway, but people always call him Shiru, but I call just Hobson because I don't like to use nicknames. Anyway, even when I was younger and I had to play online, people usually use nicknames, and I always use my name. Anyway, I don't know why. All right, let's go to the question number 2. Ludian, can you start the question number 2, please?
Yes. What was your dream job when you were a child? Um, in the beginning, I have two jobs about that. In the beginning, I always I think about to be a doctor. Specifically a child doctor, like to help kids. I have this with my dolls. I'm a doctor. I can help you, treat you like that. I tried to pass, and when I did my test for university, I tried to pass in the test for medicine, but it was really hard, and I didn't study, so of course I couldn't. And the other one, but I don't know why, always I had this in me. I want to be an astronaut. But being in Brazil is really hard, and you don't have the inspiration, the stimulate to do that. I think it's just because it's amazing. Always I like to think about space. It's really something about our perspective. About the world, about Earth, like that. So yeah, for me it was this doctor and astronaut.
All right. I think being an astronaut, even on USA or any part of the world, is something hard. But usually kids like this because I think the space is amazing.
Yes, yes.
And what about you, Christian? What was your dream job when you was a child?
So let me remember. I believe that firstly, as every 99% of boys, we want to be professional football players. So I wanted to be like that before, because I believe that I grew up in a context or an environment surrounded by sports, as my father is a sport journalist there in Bolivia. He is the one who, I don't know how to say relatar in English, but the guy who is with the microphone and say everything through the radio, what is happening in the match. So we always went to the stadium with my brother and with my father. So I believe that's why I created that, like, desire of being a football player. Unfortunately, I couldn't. And after that, I believe that as well. I love to be I wanted to be like a race pilot. I'm not sure if that's the word. Like a F1 pilot. And I believe that it's something really difficult. It's for rich people. And I'm not sure it's that difficult, like being an astronaut, but I know that being a F1 race pilot, it's not that easy. I believe as well this was because of the influence of my older brother, because he liked these kind of activities, like to as well video games about it. So yeah, I believe that those are good examples.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. It's really um, interesting. Thank you. And what about you, Aparecida?
Well, when I was a child, I want to be a dressmaker like my mother, but she didn't want to teach me. She didn't want to give me be a dressmaker, and she wanted to make me to study more and graduate. And it was I did that. I studied and I graduated. But in some time, I like to learn about how to make it, maybe clothes, something like this. But now I understand I don't have, I believe it's vocation, something like this, because I tried after I'm adult, but I can't. Not for me, that's maker. Prefer staying in here. Yeah, it's my place.
All
Is it?
right. All right. Yeah, it's interesting. I never thinking about be a or someone want to be a dressmaker. Dressmaker is like a costureira, I think.
Yes, costureira. Yes, my
All
mother is
right.
a dressmaker.
All right. Thank you. Um, and what about you, Andrea?
Yes, I remember when I was a child, guys, I would like to be a journalist. And until nowadays, I really don't understand why I want to be a journalist, because I was very, very, very shy, you know. And in my opinion, to be a journalist, you need to be outgoing, you need to talk with people, But of course, when I grew up, just which changed a lot. And then I decided to study to be a accountant. I passed it in the university, but I didn't start the course. And then nowadays, I really don't know what I want to be, Maybe continuing studying English because it's something that I really like. But yeah, in my childhood, I would like to be a journalist. And I remember that I started, like, I played with my friends, and I was an interviewer, asking questions, this kind of things. It was really good, but I don't know, it doesn't make sense because I was really shy.
Interesting. You want to be a journalist, but you are shy.
Yeah.
That's kind of opposite. All right. I was thinking about this, and I don't remember when I was a child what I want to be. Like, I don't know, boys want to be soccer players, like Christian mentioned, but I always was awful playing soccer, so I never had this dream. Then you go to be a policeman or firefighter, policial, bombeiro, and I never had those desires. So I always was a little bit strange, From my friends, I was not normal to them because when I was, I don't know, 8, 9 years old, I always said I want to be a father, you know? And it's not a kind of job or profession, but it was always what I answer when people ask me what I want to be when you grow up. So I always say I want to be a father, and I don't want to cry, but nowadays I'm realize because I'm father of two girls. But talking about job, I think when I was 12, 13 years old, I want to be not a journalist, a broadcaster. Broadcaster is radialista, you know? Uh, Nowadays, I don't know if someone listened to radio, but when I was younger, I always liked to listen radio and I always like to talk. I talk too much. And my teachers always say that to me because I talk too much. And sorry, because I take too much time when I'm talking here and talk anyway. So I like to talk and I want to be a broadcaster. And this desire start because I like to listen to radio, but I was playing GTA in the video game. Do you know GTA? Grand Theft Auto. Anyway, and if each time when you enter in a car in GTA, there are radio station and you can listen music. And I was start to think, oh, there is a way to had my own radio station. And I was start to searching on the internet how I could made my own radio station. And I became a software engineer because I want to be a broadcaster because I start to learn about computer and how I could transmit music from my computer, and one thing brings another, and I became a software engineer because I want to be a broadcaster. I don't know when I got retired, I can if the studio sorry, if the radio is still be alive, I could be a broadcaster. I don't know. Let's go to next question. Let's start with you, Christian. Question number 3. Yeah, let's go question number 3. Can you start reading, please?
Sure. What's one food that reminds you of home? There are several of them, but I wanna mention just two. Firstly is the pizza, handmade pizza by my mom, because we are Adventist. I believe that I already mentioned it. and we start our Sabbath on Friday, Friday 6 p.m. when the sunset in the sunset of Friday. So we start our that day like with something special, and as well food has to be special. So when we were living all together in my family when I was a kid yet, my mom always prepared a handmade pizza, and it was really good. Even though she didn't use like fancy ingredients like I'm not sure. It was like a basic pizza: cheese, tomatoes, tomato sauce, oregano, and something else. But it was not a fancy pizza. But I believe that the flavor was so that remains in my mind. And every time that I go to Bolivia, I ask her to prepare that pizza for me. And another one is the hamburgers that she did as well. As a matter of fact, it's my favorite food, and I asked that to my wife to prepare handmade hamburgers when it's my birthday. So yeah, um, some typical food in Bolivia, I don't think so. I believe that I'm more like a junk food guy, so that's why pizza, but the handmade pizza and hamburgers are my favorites.
All right. That's the most important. If you feel comfortable and if you feel, uh, I don't know how to say this, but if it's good to you, it doesn't matter if it's junk food or not. And what about you, Aparecida?
Well, I am thinking about this. I have good memories about food, but one I love because of the memories, because of the smell, because of the moment. It's I find in English, but they translate de leite, doce de leite, made at home by my mother, made the dulce de leite at home because we have some cows and they made this at home cooking and this, and I love the smell when the sweet on the fire, the smell when they was made cooking the dulce de leite, and then scraped in the bottom of the panel of sweet, rapar a panela after she finished, and they put the dulce of the leite in another place and give me the pen. It's a wonderful memory for me. I believe that I remember this, and for me, it's the best memory. I sit down on the floor with the pen. For me, it's a great memory, and I love remember this. And now I give my pen for my daughter when I cooking something like arroz doce or something like this. I don't have this. I can't do make the cooking dulce de leite for her, but I cook other things. Uh, I believe it's good memories. Not about the food, but about the situation, the smell, and the moment. It is.
All right, that makes sense. But I don't know if I completely understood you. Your mother made those delete in your home, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, I never. I
A
it's
gente tinha
possible.
vaca.
It's possible to do those delete in home.
Yes, of course.
Oh, I
Yes.
didn't know.
Yes, it's so wonderful. It's so better than the buy on the supermarket.
I
Of course,
didn't know.
a gente precisa ter vacas para ter leite.
There, I think a lot of milk. You need a lot of milk to do
Yes,
those
it's
delete.
like cheese, like cooking cheese, or something like this. A lot of milk to give a part of a portion
A
of
small portion, all
it.
right.
Yes, yes. Because this we need a lot of milk. We need
But it's I don't know, milk and sugar.
Yes, yes, and the receipt, there are all the ingredients. I don't know, bicarbonato, something like this. I don't remember, but only the time and the way to do this. Oh, it's so wonderful! So wonderful.
I have a friend in the university. He was a bio bio I don't know how to say tipo bióloga, you know, and she was doing research, and she said to me if there is like a panela de pressão in the laboratory, and she said to me you could do if you put the milk inside and cook for hours under pressure, it will become leite condensado. And I never think it was real. I was thinking she was making joke with me. But right now, I realize if she could do leite condensado, probably people can do doce de leite em casa.
Yes, of course. Our grandmothers and family pets, they cook this at home. It's so better than when we buy in the supermarket nowadays. It's so better. My mother's dulce de leite, it's so better than other one I buy in the other place.
All
Because
right.
it's made at home with a healthy milk and made by my mother. It's so wonderful. Oh, it's a good experience for me. It's a great memory.
Thank you for sharing. The next time your mother do does the late at home, you can send to me here in Paraná. All right, because I went
No,
to
they
prove.
can't because we don't have cows.
All right, all right. Anyway, thank you for sharing. And what about you, Andrea? There is any
Yeah.
kind of food? Remember, uh, your home?
Yes, yes, my mom really likes cooking. And I remember when I was a child, my mom used to cook a lot of things, those delete as well. But my mom made one like ambrosia. I don't know if you know ambrosia, you
That's
know,
wonderful.
Yes,
so
yes, yes, wonderful
delicious.
too.
Ambrosia, oh my gosh, it was amazing. And but something that really give me a good memory. It's about the lasagna every Sunday because I was a kid and I remember that asked to my mom every week, oh mom, make the lasagna for the Sunday, Sunday lunch. And my mom always made it, and I don't know, and other things as well. My mom used to cook cooks, and every time that I arrived from the school, the cooks was there waiting for me with a milk. So yeah, I really had a great childhood because I eat a lot. My mom is really good cooker.
All right. Thank you for sharing. And what about you, Lulian?
Yes. For me, if I can choose a salty one, I think I would choose like a pasta with tomato sauce because it was a tradition with my grandmother, and my mother. She loves to cook too, so she preferred to do like the food like my grandmother. My grandmother passed away already, but I don't know, like it's a kind of tradition. We have the same foods now. And a sweet one, I could say a broa, that is a cake.
Mm.
But I don't know if you have a name for broa because it's not a cake, a bolo. It's a broa that my grandmother used to do for everyone and my cousins. Like we went to the house is to eat broa, with coffee. And my mom, now she is a grandmother. My sister, she has a daughter, And my mom is just my grandmother right now, you know. She prepare like broas to for her granddaughter. So it's the same. It's really nice. And about the condensed milk, Carlos, all this conversation reminds me something, and I put here: if you put the condensed milk inside of a pressure pan, and you can make doce de leite, you know. So I never tested that. If you test, just let me know if you work it, okay? But I'm afraid about pressure pan all the time.
All right.
That's it.
That's wonderful. And I want to say thank you. You give really good tips at the chat. So thank you, Ludem. And regarding what you said about your mom like to cook by herself, I remember my mother was the opposite. She never liked to cook, you know? So, but I remember my favorite food was not just because the food, but the preparation time, you know? Fried, oh my gosh, I forgot how to say this. Pastry, I think fried pastry, you know, pastel frito. Because we got everyone in our house preparing. One, my brother was opening the massa, I think pasta, I don't know, opening the pastry, and I was putting the meat inside, and my other brother was closing, and my mom was frying the pastry. So always I ask nowadays, I ask frequently to my mom to do pastry to me, pastel, because I really like this. All right, so we are getting close to the end of our conversation, but we have time to a final question. Okay, so let's go to the question number 4. Aparecida, can you start with the question number 4, please?
What's the best trip you ever taken? Well, one trip, a more recent trip, I believe was a trip to Porto Seguro with my family 2 years ago, I believe. I don't remember certainly. Because of the place so wonderful and stunning beaches, placement, and historic city. I love the city, the place, and we don't have because I visited other beaches in the Nordeste, like Rio Grande do Norte, and there are a lot of trash and so sad. But in Porto Seguro, they have more culture and it's more preserved. And the city, it's a small city, not a big city. We don't have big builds. They have more on two floors. I don't know, these construções até 2 andares, because of the preservation of the place. And it was a place who I want back. My husband to move to there, but not possible, of course, now. But a wonderful place who I want back in the future.
I know, my honeymoon was in Porto Seguro, when me and my wife. But I really like Porto Seguro, but I have a different version of about this trip. Anyway, and what about you, Andrea? What do you think? What is the best trip that have you ever taken?
Yes, maybe I will pick the day that I went to Rio de Janeiro
Rio de
to
Janeiro?
attend Rio de Janeiro. I don't know why I said that, guys. Sorry.
It is strange when you are talking in English and you need to say something in Portuguese. I did this a lot. We
Oh my
look
gosh.
like gringos, you know. I'm not laughing, but I was realizing this when you are talking English. It's I don't know, São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Rio de Janeiro. Oh my gosh, sorry about that.
you are.
And
I think it's because you are close enough to be a like a native English speaker, you know.
oh, thank God, right? And I went to attend the Rock in Rio. I was with some members of my family, and it was so special because of the not about the trip itself, but about the company, the environment. So I like this travel, and I always pick them.
All right. Thank you. And what about you, Lurian? Lurian?
Okay, sorry. I think it's not about the place, but about who I was before the trip. I will choose my exchange program to Canada. I did this in the middle of the pandemic. It was a challenge for me, but this trip changed me a lot. All the time, I can remember about who I was, before this trip, and now I'm become a different person with all the perspective. I did this trip alone. I went there just to. It was about English, but in the end, English was not the purpose of the trip. It's about to know myself better, to discover myself. I just finished. I was without anyone for a long time. I finished like a relationship with almost 7 years. So I was really lost, about who I was, about what I want to do. And this trip changed me a lot. I remember, like, sometimes I remember who I was before and say, no, Lucia, we are really like that. So it's not about Canada. It's not my favorite place in the world, but about the trip,
All
uh,
right.
the transformation. Yes.
Thank you. And what about you, Christian? Did you have a best trip you like to remember?
Yeah, sure. I want to say that the most memorable trip that I had, it was 2 years ago with my wife when we went to the United States for our honeymoon. In fact, it was just after we got here in Brazil, so it was our first trip together to the United States, and it was really good. We spent it there 30 days, sorry, and we stayed with some friends and we visited different parks. And yeah, it's the most memorable trip that I have had so far.
All right. Thank you. Uh, for me, I think the best trip we made as a family to was to Porto de Galinhas. We stay in a hotel in there, and me, my wife, and my kids, we always say we want to go to there again because it was a really good trip to us. All right, guys, we are getting close to the end of our conversation.